Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to connect, to connect, and and to breathe together. So a few couple of weeks ago, I came back from the Northern Territory in Australia, and went traveling with my father, and we've been visiting remote communities and learning about the Aboriginal culture. And I was really amazed and inspired by it, uh, and really resonated with a lot of their stories. It seemed like, it seemed like we worship the same God in a different way. But the stories, there are very similar elements. Don't know what my rabbi will say about that, that we worship the same God, but this is how I experienced it. And And I would like to start with acknowledging the fact that uh, this session is run from their land. So speaking today from uh, Nipaluna in Lutriwita, which is Tasmania, and I'd like to begin with acknowledging the traditional guardians of this land, of this place, and the Muwinina people, who are part of the Palawa people. And I really do respect their elders, their past, their emerging, and like the emerging and the future and the present. And acknowledge and pay my respect for their connection to the ground, to the earth, to the sky, to the waters, to the mountains, to nature. And interestingly, in Hebrew, the word nature, teva, stands. It has the same numerical value of the word God. So there are beautiful correlations, and really with that, also I'd like to invite us to pay respect for our own elders and our own tradition. We carry the wisdom we carry, and sometimes it's right here, very conscious, and sometimes it's back. Uh, Sometimes it's completely completed, hidden, forgotten. And then when we hear something, it's like, wow, yes, I really resonate with that. Yes, that rings a bell somewhere. And and the more we are exposed to it, the more it is revealing to us our connection to it. Maybe, yeah, some of you shared with me that that when I'm engaging with this content, things are happening. So it's a good sign. It's a good sign, I believe, if it feels good. I'd like to start with a grounding meditation, a short grounding meditation, which um, is built out of probably the most common, the most spoken, the most famous Jewish blessing, which it's called Shema. And actually, I'll drop into the chat. Um, yeah, just sent to the chat um, the blessing in Hebrew and in English, and like how you say it in English, but in Hebrew, but written in English. And it's a really beautiful, beautiful blessing. Yeah, as I said, probably one of the more important blessings. It's basically it's a declaration. It's a declaration of unity. Unity in the separation. And this is the subject for today. The subject for today, the theme for today is how can we how can we unite? How can we harmonize? How can we make alchemize the heavens and the earth? So this blessing, this Shema, is said in every morning when we start the day, and every night, the last thing before we go to sleep, if you practice it. And it's a series of blessings, but you can compress it into 5 words, 6 words. The words are, I'll say it now, and then we'll talk a little bit about it and then meditate with it. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. All of these words are either direct names or hints for parallel words for the divine, but in various perspectives, and so, you know, so beautiful. I just got a message from my rabbi, actually, like in his community WhatsApp, and what he sent was about the Shema, about this prayer. It's the first time that he actually shares something about it, and I found it really fitting that wow, I see that 15 minutes before we're doing this practice. So I thought to share it with you. It's in Hebrew. I'll translate it, free translation, so it might not be very smooth, but yeah, but it's still there are things to take from there. So Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. That is the first sentence of this prayer. Rabbi Shimon says that there are five boxes that they have the name of God. When I am saying Shema Israel, I am sounding my voice, and I'm giving God to hear the voice of the Shekhinah. The Shekhinah is the manifestation, the divine manifestation in this world. So you can say Shema Israel and allow the heavens to hear what's happening right now in this world. The joy, the pain, the beauty, the suffering, and all the things that are going through the world. Hearing the voice of the world. And these are things that are above words. There is no word that could contain all the little things that are going through the voice strings in a human being who is saying Shema Israel. So if I'm saying Shema Israel, it is not the same as you saying Shema Israel. Every person who says Shema Israel, he is doing unification, because it is only you with your voice, with the specific things that are going through you. that combination can do it. And this is the uniqueness of your voice. So I will guide us through a meditation, which in the different words, I will invite us to focus on different different elements, if it's the breath or the intentions. So let's find any comfortable position. And if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. And really tuning into yourself and into how you start this practice, your intentions to this practice. Tuning into how the body is feeling right now. Tuning to the emotions. What feeling is, what's happening inside of me? And you can either just listen or perhaps repeat the word silently or not silently, actually hearing your voice. Hearing the voice and hearing beyond your voice. Feeling beyond the voice. As we will speak later on, everything that is happening here in our body, in our mind, in our hearts, something in response to that is happening in the higher realms. And if we really tune into ourselves, there is another ourselves. Somewhere outside of this body and mind. I will say it twice. One time I will just say the words. And one time the words and the intentions and the very general instructions. We'll start with the instructions. Shema listen, hear, bringing the awareness to the head and hearing, observing our thoughts. Israel. Bringing the attention, the awareness down to the heart area. Tuning in to the feelings, the emotions. Adonai. Adonai, Ein Sof. The infinite. Inhaling and allowing the awareness to expand beyond the head and the heart in all directions. Eloheinu. Our God in plural. There is a God that is external, up there, and there is the divine manifestation in this world. Oh, it is the God that is inside of us. Coming back to the body in the exhalation. Adonai. Another time, another name of God. This time we refer to it as Ein, emptiness, void. And I invite you to exhale and perhaps hold the breath just for a bit after the exhalation, holding, staying in the emptiness. And in the next inhalation, Echad. One. Inhaling, uniting, unification, becoming one with the universe, as if we breathe, inhale and exhale together with the universe. Shema Israel. Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Just sitting with the experience, allowing it to echo, maybe just one word, maybe all of it, hearing, observing our thoughts, or feeling the emotions, the heart, yashar el, straight into God. The divine, the external God, the internal God, the divine manifestation within us, the emptiness, the void. It is all one, non-duality, harmonizing the contrast. Taking a deep, slow breath in, and the exhalation, letting it go. And take as long as you need, gradually coming back. Mm. Take your time. If you want to stay there, you're very welcome. So I'm going to pause the recording and we'll just have a quick check-in. How are we coming in today, and how was the meditation for us, or or what's our intentions from this session. So, of course, only if you want to, you'll get an opportunity to talk, but only if you'd like to. Finding your position for the session. And starting with just connecting to the breath. Feeling how with every inhalation, the body slightly rises up. And how with every exhalation, it relaxes back towards the earth. And I invite you to finding your rhythm. Allow the breath to set your rhythm. For every inhalation, comes up all the way to the head. Shema, hearing me. all the way to the ears, to the front, middle of the forehead. And every breath, Israel, Yashar El, straight to the heart. Feeling the expansion from the heart, from the ribs. Like electromagnetic waves to emanate. Adonai, the divine. As every breath, the soul, our soul, longs to unite with its creator. Like a magnetic force. I invite you to feel that with every inhalation. As the heart expands. Finding your resonance breath. Your rhythm. It is not necessarily the natural rhythm. It is the authentic rhythm. So, for example, if you're tired, it might feel very natural to breathe very shallow. But perhaps the authentic breath right now, when awakening the soul, connecting, uniting earth and heavens, maybe the authentic breath would be very deep, feel restful, consciously deeper, expanding the ribs, the chest, the heart, all the way to the head and beyond. In Psukei Avot, it is said that there is no thing that doesn't have a space. אין לך דבר שאין לו מקום, ואין לך אדם שאין לו שעה. There is no person that doesn't have their hour, their time. דברים, things, is a hint for the parts of our mind, of our nefesh. And space, makom, hints for the spiritual root. Sentence, אין לך דבר שאין לו מקום, talks about how every part within us, every part within our body and mind has a deep, deep, deep root in the spiritual worlds. And in order to connect to the spiritual world, one of the gates to heavens is through our own body and mind. When we do breathwork, when we really, really focus on the expansion and the contraction of the body, when we really invest in every breath, in every inhalation, and let go in every exhalation, we are opening that gate to heaven. We have about 10 more minutes, a bit less. We breathe like this before we move to relaxation. I invite you to ask yourself if you would like to breathe a little bit deeper, maybe a little bit faster. Giving space to to all the dvarim, all the things within you. The joy, the pain, the beauty, the suffering, all the things that are going through you. Hearing the voice of the world. Hearing as best as you can, as you breathe. As you inhale to heaven. As you exhale to earth. Actively breathing deeper. And again and again, we bring our Shema, our observation, all the way to the head, the heart. And beyond. We put our intentions there. We put our attention there. We clear time. We acknowledge that there is here and there is there. That it is separate, but it is also connected. That with every breath, there is unification. Last few minutes, you want to connect to a little bit faster breath, deeper breath. allowing the breath to breathe itself, allowing different parts to be heard and seen, knowingly that they are also connected to the higher realms. Maybe it's and a gentle smile as you take part in this game. Divine game. With every breath, your breath. the void, body and mind. Slowly, slowly, starting to make the way back before opening the eyes, checking in with ourselves. How am I feeling? What is the state of my body and mind? And heart? And where have I been? Would I like to bring from there, from my experiences, take to the rest of the night, the weekend? Slowly, slowly, in your own time and way, coming back, moving the fingers, the toes. Take your time. Thank you very much. Okay, unifications, unifications, ייחודים. ייחודים is unifications, and ייחודים is making something very special. and also the unique quality that each one of you brought to this practice. Thank you. I'll stop the recording, and if anyone would like to share something, do that.